Fruitful connections are based on genuineness and trust, and the Toyota Land Cruiser has discovered accomplishment as a straight-shooting and tried-and-true game utility vehicle for over 60 years. In spite of the fact that the Land Cruiser is not any more than a nonsense Jeep elective it initially was, the brick-like SUV stays consistent with its name. If there's property before this Toyota, it can voyage on it. As though following the ideology of the United States Postal Service, the Land Cruiser is apparently unaffected by snow or rain or warmth or anguish of night because of a full suite of four-wheel drive devices, which incorporates a 2-speed exchange case and a Torsen-type restricted slip-focused differential that defaults to sending 60% of the motor's torque rearward and 40% forward. There's a lot of torque to go around, as the Land Cruiser's 381 horsepower 5.7-liter V8 produces 361 pounds-to-foot of the stuff at 2,200 revolutions per minute, boosts the motor to 3,600 revolutions per minute, and it conveys 401 pounds-to-foot. All that snort benefits the Land Cruiser on street as much as it off-street. In our testing, the 5,934-pound SUV advanced toward 60 miles per hour in 6.7 seconds and finished the quarter mile following 15.1 seconds at 93 miles per hour. The two times were indistinguishable to those of a Land Cruiser we tried almost 2 years prior. Toyota's lead SUV is nothing if not predictable. A re-established and modernized 1981 FJ43 Land Cruiser that we tried as of late was slower than that, however not so sloth-like as it would have been with its unique powertrain. Passing execution enhanced by 1/10 of a moment, with this Land Cruiser hurrying from 30 to 50 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds and from 50 to 70 miles per hour in 5.06. Such quickness comes at a cost, and the Land Cruiser swills fuel as greedily as Barney Gumbledown's Duff Brew. We saw 13 miles per gallon, more than 1,100 miles of driving, coordinating the EPA city rating, and arrived at the midpoint of 17 miles per gallon on our 75 mile per hour efficiency test, 1 mile per gallon beneath the EPA throughway gauge. Regardless of its devious efficiency, the Land Cruiser can venture out far because of its 24.6-gallon fuel tank. That should please travelers inclined to making tracks in an opposite direction from human advancement. Those taking the Land Cruiser out of the way will likewise value the SUV's consequently disengaging against move bars, slope drop control, and various slide plates that ensure the radiator, fuel tank, exchange case, and front suspension parts. Less sensitive to four-wheeling are the standard Dunlop Grand Trek AT23 tires. Despite the fact that the all-season elastic does not have a bumpy tread expected to appropriately handle sloppy trails and mountainsides, they helped this Land Cruiser adhere to the landing area around our 300-foot skid pad to the tune of 0.74 grams and helped with conveying it to a prevent from 70 miles per hour in 183 feet. Given that the last Mercedes-Benz G550 we tried oversaw only 0.56 grams and required 191 feet to prevent from 70 miles per hour, the Toyota's execution is amazing. All things being equal, the Land Cruiser feels like a relic of the past when driven around town. Its light, disengaged controlling requests that the driver thinks ahead before plotting any alter of course, its brake pedal feels as vaporous and soft as a naturally made croissant, and its body moves like a boat in a torrent. In the event that a 3-push individual's bearer is all you're after, at that point there are various options that both handle preferred and cost thousands less over the $85,610 Land Cruiser. This current Toyota's inside and its developed quality live to the apparatus' high cost of passage, be that as it may. For example, the entryway pulls and the power window switches move with a profundity that is a long ways past those of common Toyota badged items. Also, every Land Cruiser comes all around furnished with highlights including LED headlights, a nearness key with push-cat begin, calfskin upholstery, warmed and cooled front seats, a 9.0-inch touchscreen infotainment framework with Route 4-zone programmed atmosphere control, versatile voyage control, path takeoff cautioning, programmed high-bar headlights, and blind side observing. Our test truck's just additional thing was a $225 set of covered floor and freight mats. Excessively expensive, making it impossible to speak to the Chevrolet Tahoe swarm, and excessively ordinary, making it impossible to scrounge up help from Cadillac Escalade fans. The Land Cruiser pulls in a limited group of onlookers looking for an extravagant SUV with valid rough terrain ability and an unassuming wrapper. It's a little yet faithful fan base that has helped keep this nameplate around for longer than most SUV customers have been alive, and we're happy this Toyota keeps on cruising on.